In a world fraught with challenges, from humanitarian crises to geopolitical flashpoints and the relentless attacks on conservative values, one leader consistently stands firm. While the mainstream media tries to distract, President Donald Trump continues to demonstrate a clear vision for America first, proving that true leadership means prioritizing national interests, seeking genuine peace, and fighting relentlessly for the forgotten men and women of this country. Today, we're cutting through the noise to show you how Trump's decisive actions on the global stage and his relentless pursuit of truth at home are shaping a stronger, more secure future for all of us. We'll be diving into recent key discussions with world leaders, the real intent behind the attacks on President Trump and his allies, and the critical importance of a strong stance against burgeoning global threats, all through the lens of genuine American strength and principled action. Prepare to see the bigger picture beyond the daily headlines and understand the strategic brilliance that often goes unacknowledged. Recent high-level talks saw President Trump engaging with British Prime Minister at his Scottish golf course. Discussions reportedly covered the urgent humanitarian situation in Gaza, where President Trump highlighted real signs of starvation and committed U.S. assistance for food centers, emphasizing the need to remove aid barriers. On Ukraine, disappointment was voiced regarding Russia's lack of agreement on a ceasefire, with a new 10 to 12-day deadline set for an agreement or facing severe tariffs. Meanwhile, back home, there's been a clear effort to discredit President Trump and his supporters, with false claims circulating about figures like Oprah Winfrey and Beyoncé receiving millions for political endorsements, claims which campaign finance reports clearly refute as legitimate production expenses, not personal payments. Simultaneously, some in Washington, like Senator Lindsey Graham, have raised questions about past unclassified materials related to previous administrations, prompting the Department of Justice to look into potential matters from 5 years ago. Adding to the complex geopolitical landscape, reports have emerged about Iran's alleged development of an intercontinental ballistic missile, the Khurram-Shah-5, reportedly with a 12,000-kilometer range, Mach 16 speed, and a 2-ton warhead, a development that, if confirmed, would significantly alter global strategic balance. Let's unpack this. When President Trump engages with a world leader at his own property, what you're witnessing isn't a vacation. It's a masterclass in deal-making and personal diplomacy, unburdened by the rigid formalities that often stifle genuine progress. This is the art of the deal applied to global affairs. His direct engagement on Gaza isn't just talk. It's a testament to his unique ability to cut through bureaucratic red tape and demand action on humanitarian fronts. While others offer platitudes, Trump is focused on tangible results, setting up food centers, pushing to remove barriers. This isn't just compassionate, it's pragmatic leadership designed to achieve immediate relief where traditional diplomatic channels have failed. He sees the suffering and demands a solution, not just a headline. This decisive approach stands in stark contrast to the often hesitant, overly cautious foreign policies that have plagued past administrations, demonstrating why his America First approach truly resonates globally. Because when America is strong and clear-eyed, it can lead on human rights with genuine impact. And consider Ukraine. President Trump's 10 to 12-day deadline for a ceasefire, backed by the threat of severe tariffs, isn't erratic. It's a bold, decisive move. This is the language of a negotiator who understands leverage. Previous administrations engaged in endless talks and half measures, prolonging conflicts. Trump, however, demands results and backs his demands with economic muscle. This isn't about isolationism. It's about using America's immense economic power as a tool for peace, forcing adversaries to the table by demonstrating clear consequences for inaction. He knows that true peace comes from strength, not weakness, and he's not afraid to use every tool in his arsenal to protect American interests and promote global stability. His willingness to confront difficult situations head-on, even if it means unconventional deadlines, is precisely what's needed to break deadlocks and force progress. This is leadership that refuses to be bogged down by endless, ineffective discussions. Now, let's turn our attention inward to the relentless, almost obsessive attempts to undermine President Trump. The accusations leveled against him and his allies, from ludicrous claims about celebrity endorsements to calls for investigations into perceived political opponents, are not about truth. They're about distraction and deflection. When you see false narratives spun about campaign finance and celebrity endorsements, It's a classic tactic to muddy the waters and draw attention away from the real issues that affect everyday Americans. This isn't investigative journalism. It's a political hit job, and the calls for investigations into former Obama administration officials, particularly with reports of previously unclassified materials, signal a necessary pursuit of accountability. When Senator Lindsey Graham raises these questions, it's not a partisan witch hunt. It's a demand for transparency and justice. For too long, powerful figures have operated with impunity, and President Trump's allies are rightly pushing to uncover the truth, ensuring that no one is above the law. This is about draining the swamp, exposing corruption, and restoring integrity to our institutions, a core promise that resonates deeply with the American people who are tired of the double standards and the entrenched establishment. The notion that an opinion piece suggests the Epstein revelations could make MAGA supporters realize Trump is lying is pure desperation. It fundamentally misunderstands the unwavering loyalty and discerning intelligence of his base, who see through these transparent attempts to sow division. They recognize these attacks as part of a larger war on populist movements. Finally, the reports of Iran's developing ICBM, the Khurram-Shah 5, capable of reaching continents with a 2-ton warhead, underscore the critical importance of President Trump's maximum pressure campaign against Iran. While some questioned his decision to withdraw from the flawed Iran nuclear deal, this potential ICBM development is a stark reminder of why a weak, appeasement-based approach only emboldens rogue regimes. President Trump understood this from day one. His strategy wasn't about endless negotiations that allowed Iran to fund terrorism and pursue nuclear ambitions. It was about crippling their economy, cutting off their resources, and demonstrating that America would not tolerate their threats. His willingness to authorize decisive strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities, as seen in his second term, and his clear warnings to wipe it out faster if they restart, are not threats, but a necessary display of peace through strength. This firm stance is the only way to truly deter such a dangerous threat. It's about protecting American security and our allies by projecting undeniable power and resolve, ensuring that adversaries know there are severe consequences for destabilizing actions. This is precisely the kind of leadership that keeps America and the world safer from existential threats. What we're seeing, both domestically and internationally, is a consistent pattern. President Trump's unwavering commitment to putting America first. Whether he's brokering peace, demanding accountability, or confronting global threats, his actions are driven by a singular purpose: to restore American strength, prosperity, and sovereignty. This is not about fleeting popularity. It's about laying the groundwork for a secure and prosperous future. This is the difference between a leader who talks and a leader who acts, a distinction that truly matters in today's turbulent world. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you seeing the real impact of this America First leadership?